Pop in, say hi. If you've never come into one of these lives before, I am Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And this is my live show that I do every Sunday. It's kind of a distressor. It is, for me, at the very least, an opportunity just to unwind. It's a it makes me feel like I'm part of a community, and all I have done is brought the platform, right? I bring the platform, and if you've never come into one of my lives before, you'll get to meet my moderators. I have an amazing crew that come and hang out with us on Sunday nights, and this Sunday night, particularly in the course of the month, is a favorite. I enjoy doing it, and it seems the people I hang out with enjoy this live show. I try to keep it light, I really, really do. And this is a place, a safe place. And sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's light. Today, I am not feeling that energy. I have had a hiccup kind of a week, but at the same time, I have had amazing, dazzling, perfect timing, right? Things happen to me. Andrew knows I got my air conditioner. Was my air conditioner broken last week? You guys, did I mention that I didn't have a air conditioner last Sunday? I'm not quite sure how long I had to go without an air conditioner. I had to wait until payday. But I do have an air conditioner, and it's an old beast, and it's taking me a few to kind of get the feel of her. But last night I slept so comfortably. Oh, I did mention. Okay, awesome, Andrew. Oh, great. Thank you, Owen. Yeah. So I was on it payday. I knew it was interesting because payday, I knew I was going to have to divvy out a big chunk of my paycheck to an air conditioner. I have a funny window that doesn't allow a window air conditioner, so I have to buy one of those portable ones, right? And those things can be quite pricey. And so I expected I was going to part with that money. I didn't have qualms with that, but at the same time, if I could find a better deal, right? Everybody loves a deal. That I thought I might find one online. And payday rolled around. Payday rolled around. You guys, I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. By 8:30 in the morning, I was at the grocery store getting the groceries for this pay period, and getting the cat needs and stuff and all those things that I was running short of. I got that done. But on the way home, walking on the way home, I have a granny wagon, but coming home at the same time, I was messaging people that I had seen these conditioners, and I said, "Will you deliver them?" And I found a guy who not only would deliver it, but deliver it by the time I had to leave for work at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. His mother showed up with my air conditioner at 11 a.m. I handed over $220. I got a really good deal on the air conditioner, even though it's older, and even though it's right. I loved my air conditioner. I still have an attachment to my old air conditioner, and I didn't have to deal with moisture in the air because my old air conditioner just took care of it in its business. Here, you actually have to push a button and it'll evaporate it, but you actually have to put it into that mechanical state. I figured that out. I figured the electrical cord. I burnt out the cord on my own accord because I had too many things plugged into the plug that I was using with the air conditioner on. So it was my fault. Lessons learned. So I sorted that out too. And yeah, so I'm quite pleased. I was on it. I manifested that air conditioner. I didn't have to lift a finger. Woke up on the morning, payday morning, right? got the groceries, sent a couple of messages, got home, put my groceries away, grabbed my dolly, met this woman downstairs, grabbed my dolly. It was here by 11 o'clock in the morning, right? Like, so amazing that that happened that way. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I got to take the dolly. I'm going to have to strap it to the dolly, the air conditioner, and these things aren't small. And then I'd have to like really be super. I'm usually super nice to the bus drivers, but extra super nice because I'm getting on the bus with my air conditioner and the hose and all the attachments and stuff stuffed in another bag. And I didn't have to do that. And I got the delivery included in the price. I wanted to clean the back filter, and I took the air conditioner apart, but I learned my lesson in taking the last one apart. So I kind of stopped mid form when I already started struggling and cracking things and stuff. I said, okay, just leave this. This is gonna have to be good enough. I gave it a good clean, the best that I could, and yeah, and I put it all day today. I was at work and I put it on the dehumidifier, but I didn't know you could run the dehumidifier and set the temperature at the same time. So it was fantastic that I walked in the door and it had all the evaporation was all taken care of, and it was still cool in my apartment. So I was pleased with that. I'm pleased that it has wheels that I can wheel it around. Anyway, I'm pleased, right? I'm pleased with my air conditioner. So that worked out fine for me. We lost a couple people at our job. Oh, that was a bit of a hiccup. My life uh, was just a lot of tripping over myself all week long, right? And then I went to work today and we ran the shift on just two people. Two people. We ran it on two people. And we were both so exhausted, and we did a good job in that, And, but, we'll see. It's sometimes, I'm not that person who runs well with the dictation and breathing down my neck and stuff. But if you fed me a compliment, if you said good job, or I appreciate you being part of the team, right? And or helping with this or helping with that or doing a good job, right? That's everything to me. And in fact, I work 10 times harder with that feed. That's my feed is that good girl job well done. And right, of course I understand that it's part of my childhood traumas, but right, it is what it is. And it offers me up comforts in a lot of ways, and it all also forces me to stand firm in those lessons that I've learned in keeping up the boundaries and holding my own and trusting myself and right. But those lessons, come on, I take in lessons all the time, but it's that I got a little magnet thing. It's in here somewhere. It's show and tell tonight, you guys. I got my little magnet thing in here with the quote. But we do. We'll wait until we find it. You guys, let's come into the comments for a couple of minutes. Have a sip of my coffee. I barely had time to get home. One of the things that I saved last to bring home was a piece of furniture. It was an upholstered storage container that was actually a hassock ottoman, right? Footstool. And it didn't make it home with me. I'm not quite sure where I left it off. I was tired at the end of the day. I might have left it at the bus stop before I was getting on the bus. I might have left it on the bus seat next to me. Might have left it at the elevator. I don't remember. All I know is when I was getting my bucket ready and I said, oh, my footstool, where's that? Everybody's got to see that because it was so cool. And it's in this beautiful little cream color that I'm using in my home decor, right? So yeah, it would have suited well, but it didn't make it home. I paid I think I paid $7 for it. I think I paid $7 for it. So it wasn't cheap. It wasn't expensive. I got a little discount on top of it. I probably paid $5 for it. So you're right. Who's never ever lost $5 before? That was the attitude I had all day today. We had no choice. One person had to stay up front, and one person had to stay in the back, right? And and there was only two of us. We did the best that we could. Like I said, it looked amazing, but by the end of it, we were pretty tired. So I'm not gonna kick myself when it was already a kind of day, right? But it was amazing how many compliments I got today. I don't know how many compliments um, the lady in the back got, but oh my goodness, people were just saying the most amazing things, and people were so friendly. My regular shoplifters were either not there or they were paying for their items and they were polite. Um, yeah, it was a mishmash. It was a mishmash. I don't know. Do you guys ever have those days where it's kind of like in order for something good to happen, something equal has to go wrong. So I think I'm ahead of the game in the things that are going wrong. So I hope it's a little stockpile, a little bit of saving for something major and dazzle and amaze to come into my life. I got to hopefully a few days off. I'm committed. My sister asked me, she's having a yard sale this weekend, and I told her I would help her with the yard sale tomorrow. Also, I have to stop off at another sister's house because it was her birthday this weekend, and I want to make sure that she gets her gift, and she knows that I appreciate her and that I think of her, right? And then also, um, oh my goodness. I have an email I've been trying to send off for the past through 3 days, and that has got to be right. Just busy, 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 and in the big scheme of things, in right, it is a big thing, but in the smaller part, they just seem like details. But again, it's that piling up, and I think if I get this pile taken care of, maybe something amazing, right? And things, like I said, are always happening. It's kind of equal. Whatever poopy comes around, something amazing. And I'm grateful to be sitting here tonight. And I'm grateful that before I hit that live button, you guys, do you notice? I remembered. I remember. Oh, it's not too bad. I remembered from last week with the light going on in the camera that I had to make sure that I covered the window. So I did good with that too, remembering to do that. So the day is done. The day is done, and I'm here with you guys, and we got show and tell tonight. Okay, let's see who's here. Owen and Andrew, and Kathy's here. Hello, Kathy. William's here. Hi, William. William, I always take a look at that thumbnail because when you change it, you're always changing your thumbnail. I go, oh, what's that? I go, oh, it's William. Okay, you guys, I have a few things to hear. A few things here. I like everything that I have, and I'm actually trying to save money. So I'm not doing a great job, but I am eliminating, I think, a lot of those extras. I did put a lot of things back on the shelves that sold very well, only because, I really didn't need them, right? Okay, so the first thing I've got here, this was so pretty. It's an antique, what do they call them? Satari bowl. It's a satari bowl. It's from Japan. It's an antique bowl. It's not in fantastic shape, but for the age of it, I think it's in excellent shape. And it was only $2.50. don't you love my bowl? I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I know if my sister Alice sees it, she's going to want it. But if you get a close see, you can see the raised paint. So it's not your typical, right? It's more of an ironstone because a lot of people couldn't afford the porcelain. Porcelain first started coming out, right? And so there were a lot of people who were doing the stoneware, right? Just so that they could feel included, right? And it doesn't look exactly like the Japanese porcelain, but I think they did a very good job. And you can see they did some nice enamel painting on it and everything. Isn't it lovely? I think it's just amazing, right? It's kind of primitive at the same time. I think it's pretty cool. Andrew's going to Nashville? Church convention. Oh my goodness. I like conventions. I don't do enough conventions. My dad liked conventions too. He would always drag me along with him. He didn't have any boys, right? He had a boy, then the boy for sure would be off with my dad. But we all had our boy nicknames. I think I was George, right? And my dad would take me to football games and hockey games and the Whitecaps, which were the soccer team at that time. I think they disbanded, but I heard that they were the Whitecaps were back again. I don't know, but I did. I enjoyed those. There was always interesting and lots of things to see and lots of things to do. Yeah, I used to like the conventions. I don't go into enough of them in all truth. I there was a crystal convention that I would have liked to have gone to, and it was only a couple of months ago, but I didn't hear about it until after it was over. And I always figure things happen for a reason. If I was meant to go to that convention, it would have come across my path somehow. Um, oh, I'm different than you that way, William. I would love to go for a bus ride. I would love, not a church bus with all the other church people, is it? Oh no, because that in that case, I would just want to be by myself so I could stare out a window, or I would be on my phone and I would just pretend that I have my headset in so that people wouldn't bother me because I want to be looking out the window when I'm on the road. I want to be looking out the window. I would love the bus trips, a 4 hour bus trip. Oh, I'd be all about that, William. Yeah, I'd be calling that adventure for myself. You never know. You might meet somebody. You might, right? You might meet your next partner or you might meet somebody who has a great job opportunity for you, right? Or maybe an opportunity to maybe go live somewhere else that's less expensive and more fun. I don't know. Andrew says, I'm something of a minimalist. I like to go to fountain pen convention. Ah, the fountain pens. And that's true too, right? We all have our differences in that way, right? We all have different interests in the things that we love. But then again, all you need is one commonality in order to be able to start up a conversation to understand that you don't always have to have everything in common, right? But sometimes having something in common gives you an opportunity to start conversations, to get yourself to the point where you can appreciate something, right? Or someone, right? I think me and Kathy, we have that commonality because we both like the bottle digging, right? I remember my first bottle dig. I think I was about 12 years old, and it was on my aunt and uncles who were they ran a trap line in Williams Lake, 150-mile house, and that's in British Columbia. And I would go up there in the winter and the spring and on the holidays and stuff. And they had like little dumps all over the place, and I would go find them, and I could spend all day digging for canning jars. It was a lot of canning jars with pickles and beets and stuff still in them. But it's fun. It's fun to dig in the old bottle dumps. Yeah, it was something that me and Kathy connected in. With me, with Andrew, oh my goodness, the way he finds answers, and that kindness about him, like he, right? It's almost, he treats it like it's an honor that I asked him. Oh, Andrew, can you go find this for me? And then he writes me the most beautiful letters. Like if you guys can see Andrew's handwriting, like his handwriting is so beautiful. You would never guess such writing came. Mind you, Shakespeare had really nice handwriting, didn't he? Yeah. My sister has you can't, right? She can write a birthday card, but she's got to put great big spaces in between the letters and everything for anybody to understand because it's just chicken scratch. Um, Andrew says it would be great if we had more train service here in the U.S. Here in Bloomington, the Amtrak Floridian used to come through here on the way from Chicago to Florida. Isn't that interesting? All those old rail lines and all that rock blowing out in the mountains and stuff, that's all still there. I wonder how much it would take to make those connections like it was in the 18 and early 1900s, right? Because it used to be distribution, how we used to send merchandise and dry goods across the continent, right, of North America. But can you imagine if instead of worrying about the merchandise, if you actually put bed cars in there and passenger seating and restaurants and just make it like the subway, and you can do it so much better now in this digital age, not just the digital age but it's the technical age, that they could actually, an engineering age for sure, that they could actually probably do high speeds and stuff. We're ready for that. They're doing that in other countries. Wouldn't that be amazing for me to be able to wake up one morning and say, oh, I think I'll go to New York for the weekend and go dig Herkimer diamonds, right? In Herkimer, New York, and then be back the next day, right? Those capabilities are there. It's just a matter of who's got the idea and who has the resources, right, to get it done. Um, Actually, I had the idea. I'm sure somebody else had the idea along the line. Right? Elon Musk, right? He thinks like that. If you don't know who Elon Musk is, he's SpaceX. He's the one shooting rockets up to the moon and to Mars and stuff, and he does the satellites. I tell you, Starlink, right? So if I ever get rich, I mean, it's not super expensive. It's only a couple of $100 a month after your initial setup. But if the world goes down, at the very least, we'll have the satellites up there that maybe, right? There's a possibility to at least be able to watch reruns of something on YouTube, right? Um, it would be great if we had more train service. Oh yeah, I got that one. US used to be the best in rail service. I remember that. And here in Canada, we're downsizing everything when it comes to those trains. We have the Trans Canada route that they bring that, but not a lot of people use the trains. There used to be a train service even to our beach, because our beach is about an hour drive away from here. And in the early 1900s, people would board the train at 6 o'clock on right after work, right? And they would take the train to Winnipeg Beach, and they would spend the weekend at the Winnipeg Beach, and they'd have like exhibitions and fairgrounds and stuff there. The beach, they had hotels there, but the hotel burnt down, and right? It was the norm. Everybody took the rail. That rail's been long gone for a long, long time. Okay, you guys. Oh, there's that little sign. Now I don't remember what I was saying. It was 50 cents. It was a magnet. I read it. I says, "Oh, you can come home with me." And I'm just going to peel the sticker off. It was 50 cents. It's a fridge magnet. It says, "Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain." Right? And that's kind of, oh my goodness, I hope by me purchasing this thing and having this thing in my house for the past 48 hours, because I haven't gone through this, because I know we do show and tell on Sunday, so I haven't gone through my bins. Can't even remember what's in it. I knew this was in it. This may have to go, but at the very least, I'm going to throw it in the sink. I'm going to give it a good wash, and I'm going to put it on top of my PC to get some sun, and then we'll see, right? If I have any more of those trip over myself kind of days, I don't know. It just might have to go. But I am confident it has found its new home. It inspired me the moment I saw it. It was great energy, because it's kind of something I say all the time. I say that all the time, right? Okay, you guys. Next, sip of coffee. Let's see what's going on in the conversation. I don't want to get too far. I don't want to get too far behind you guys. Um, I'm praying I get there safely. Wanted to go on the train. Oh, right. I hope you're not nervous about taking the bus. But yeah, have a safe trip, William, for sure. Have an amazing safe trip. Andrew says, I lost it there. My grandmother had a kind of Art Deco handwriting. It was beautiful. Oh, so that's where it comes from. And what about your aunt? Because you said that fountain pen, that was a gift from your aunt, Andrew. So I'm assuming that your aunt was also a writer, right? What was her handwriting like? Okay. Owen could say it can still be reactivated. Many rail lines are still there. Yeah, even some of those rail lines before we had a Canadian and US border, we had rail lines, Canadian National Rail Line, CNR. They ran all through Canada and the United States, just like this. But when the border went up, they had to, right? They had to disband the rail into the states, right? That wasn't their property anymore, because now the border between the two countries were set in place. And I don't know if you guys know it, but it wasn't till I think the late 50s that, or maybe it was 51, it was the 50s that it was finally finalized, the border of the two countries, right? I don't know how it could have gone on that long. I don't know if it was in negotiation, or if it wasn't needed, right? Or if there was some kind of um, uh, security, right? Maybe the Cuba thing was going on or something. I don't know what it was, but it didn't really happen until the 50s. And we are good neighbors to each other, aren't we? Canada and the United States. It's scary being friends with the United States sometimes, because you're such a big country. You guys got lots of those red buttons that you guys could push, and because you're friends, right? We would stand by the states. I'm assuming we would. I would expect that we would, right? Because we have been good neighbors. Andrew says, Cindy, I'm thinking of the Canadian Pacific Company that had ocean liners to and from Canada in the Atlantic and Pacific, with railroads across the country. Yeah, 24 of those railway lines came through Winnipeg, Manitoba. We were the hub of distribution here in Winnipeg. We were the third largest city at that time in the country. So anything that came from overseas ended up here in Winnipeg before it was dispersed through the rail lines. Like I said, 24 rail lines just in our city, just coming into our city. Okay, you guys. I got a longer cord. This is a cord for my computer for I know I got the Wi-Fi, but I like that connected connection when it comes to this. So I got a longer cord. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the cord that is only about 6 feet. This one's more like 9 feet. And that way we can maybe possibly, right, get a little bit closer, and maybe you can appreciate some of the knickknacks and stuff behind me, and if you had inquiries on them, because every one of them has a story, right? And I have those things on my back wall. Well, they're for my enjoyment, they truly are, but they're part of my backdrop for my show. So right, having this will get me closer to that wall, because I am connected here, but only by 3 feet. So that 3 feet is already taken up between here, the computer and the PC, or the PC and this laptop here. So it is what it is, but we'll try this next week with the new card, and we'll see how that goes. I've been recently in love with the greens, especially the olive greens and stuff. And I found this beautiful, beautiful scarf. I don't wear scarves on my head or anything, but what I do is, I scrunch them up, and I do wear them in my ponytails quite often, right? I'll wear them in my ponytails, and then and I'll match them with my outfits. And because I have some of these green outfits, and it was such a pretty scarf, it was only $1.75, so I thought I would take it. It's got flowers and mushrooms and trees. It's so Mother Nature-y. It is. It's lovely. I love it. So so I got a scarf. It was $1.75, and then it was my discount, so it cost me $1.50, maybe $1.25. I got this planter. I thought it was cute. It cost me, with my discount, 70 cents, right? It's not a coffee cup or anything, but I thought this would be kind of amazing to use for my pens, right? Because I have a pen container here, but I like having one for my desk, so I can just keep my desk tidy with the stuff that I use. So I thought that would be kind of pleasant to look at. So it's like a big grizzly. That's a grizzly. Grizzlies, grizzlies have the hump. That's how you tell a grizzly bear. It's got the hump. And I just heard that bear spray does not work with grizzly bears. It just makes grizzly bears angry. They'll come charging anyway, because they got such great schnauzers. They know exactly where you are, and they'll shred you to pieces just out of fury. And then whenever it settles down, they'll have dinner, right? Yeah. So good thing I avoid those places by myself where where right I might have a grizzly or some kind of bear contact that I might get attacked. There have been a few attacks this year, right? And I know sometimes if I watch some news or something on the bear attacks, that they start suggesting me other ones. So I know to be careful, and I always know to make sure that it's current, that they're right. There's big long spaces in between, but the way they serve it to you is like, oh my goodness, every hour there's a bear attack, right? We got a trip we're planning. I got this little tea bag or onion dish. I think it's a tea bag. It's for my tea bag, and it's the color of my kitchen. And I don't have enough blue, this blue anyway, because this is the blue I'm looking for my kitchen, and so I grabbed it. It was only, with my staff discount, I think it was 30 cents. Also, for my camping trip, I got these portable, they're salt and pepper shakers. So you can see there's salt and pepper shakers. So this way I'll have my salt and pepper in these containers rather than taking the big containers that kind of spill all over the place and make a mess, right? Or the humidity gets into them and they get ruined. Remember what I said about the greens in the scarves, that I was wearing more greens? I only got them because they fit over my glasses, sort of, kinda, right? And I have green outfits, and I thought, well, right, maybe this will look good in some of those outfits that I wear, right? I usually wear those sunglasses that fit comfortably around my eyeglasses. When they come up for sale, they are usually only marked $1.25 or $1.50. So buy them home, because if you had to buy those ones, they're $25 each, and lots of us wear our glasses permanently, right? Okay, you guys, and then in putting that stuff in there, I got a few things that also can go in there. These ones I really like. These are my macaroni containers and my rice containers. And they got spouts. I'm just closing it. Oh, I'm putting more stuff on it. It's not necessary. It's got the lid, and then it has a spout. And these are really, really quite large. So I usually will buy bulk macaroni pasta, or I'll buy rice. I got a big 20-pound bag of rice, and this is what I use to put those things in. And those are my dry good containers. And when you can get them, this was priced $1.50, and I got it. Should have been priced $2.50, but it got priced $1.50. I'm a customer. I want it for $1.50. Actually, it was $1.20 with my staff discount. No, it wasn't. It was $1 with my staff discount. It was a score, you guys. Come into the comments. Like I said, I don't want to get too far behind. Owen says, I pray you have a safe trip, William. Oh, that's nice of you, Owen. I have the greatest crew here. I tell you, we take such good care of each other emotionally, right? Emotionally, that we just feel good hanging out together. That's a great saying on the magnet. I'm reminded of Matthew Arnold's words: life is not having and getting, it is being and becoming. I love that, Andrew. That's amazing. And I believe in that one too. Andrew says, my aunt is still living. Her handwriting is rather jagged but clear. Yet my other aunt and my mother and my grandmother on that side of the family had nearly identical writing. Isn't that something, right? The way they learned, or the way they copied from each other. That's really interesting that their handwriting sounded the same or looked the same. I hope I find and meet a friend on the bus. See, there you go. Optimistic. Looking forward to that bus ride already. You're a super interesting guy, William, and you're super kind and you're super conversational. You won't have any problem. The idea is, though, when you're meeting somebody, you don't want to just meet them for the bus ride there. That's all fine and dandy for that company for the bus ride there. But look at the opportunity for maybe finding somebody who might, like Andrew, want to write letters, or want to be on the phone every once in a while, or be on Messenger, right? That possibly, right? You never know that they might want to come and move where you live, or you might want to go and live where they live, and you never know. You never know. Life offers up opportunities. It does, and it's just not the hiccups that it offers. It offers up dazzle and maze. Like I was saying when I came in today, that sometimes those days are a mishmash, and you get equal good to equal bad, and that's just the way it goes, right? Tried in the beginning. Oh, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because right off the hop, I'm making solutions, right? Because I am a bit of a thinker that way, and I'm a bit of a problem solver. So I'm looking at how the dominoes, I call it the dominoes, how the dominoes are going to lay when they're set forward, and what kind of kinks and obstacles and right the problems that we're going to have, or what this is going to create. So I really do go forward as far as I can with that. And you do, and you see not just the possibilities but the probabilities. And I don't mean to fortune tell like that, because I could be dazzled and amazed and the outcome turn out a little bit different. I would love to be dazzled and amazed. I would love to be dazzle and amaze me 100%. I'm ready. Okay, you guys. This cup said Cindy, and I'm going to use it this week. Look at that. Look at that. It's a scene within a scene. Oh my goodness. I wish I was sitting on that patio right now, looking at that calm lake, taking in the evening breeze, right? Looking out at the mist in the mountains, eating whatever's dangling there. What is that? Oh, it's not dangling. That's that. Oh, those are stone pillars. They're supposed to be so supposed. Right? I thought, oh my goodness, giant marshmallows or something, but no, stone pillars. That's funny. Yeah, so I thought that was a cute mug. It was 75 cents with my staff discount. Like I needed a new mug, like I needed a hole in the head, but right, gives me an opportunity to redonate it. But I'm thinking I've been looking lately at mugs that not only inspire me or bring out a feeling within me, but also will hold a good size cup of coffee, right? It doesn't have to be gargantuan, but I just don't want those little teeny weeny coffee cups anymore, right? They can be redonated. Okay, next. Oh, this is cute. With my staff discount, this was $1.40. It's a hat for my September trip. I have my Arizona hat already, but this is for my September. It was pretty much brand new. Around the rim, you can feel that there's a wire inside of there, right? Okay, here we go. Is that just like the most adorable, and because of the wire I can shape it however I want. I really like it like that, and it'll keep the sun off of me too, right? It'll keep the sun off of me. I think it's an absolutely lovely hat. A lovely hat. Yeah, right? $1.50, and it's pretty much brand new. Doesn't even look like it's even been worn once, because you would see the sweat stain around here, right? So yeah, I really love this hat. And again, the greens. I've been loving the greens lately, you guys. Just not one green. I really am partial to the olives and the khakis, but I like all the greens. And talk about the greens. Oh my goodness. I got a yellow one about a month and a half ago, and I love it. I absolutely love it, but it's not quite big enough for me. It won't, right, because they were men's shirts. I don't think they would do up. I tried it on, and I could wear it like a tank top underneath, and then this shirt open, right? But that's not what I wanted. I wanted my own flannel shirt. Look at what I got, you guys. I got a flannel shirt that will fit me. I got a flannel shirt that will fit me. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. Look at it's that well, it doesn't look green there, but it's actually quite green. I'm surprised it looks blue there. but this is actually just a really bright forest green, and it's an orange. Does the orange show? Yeah, the orange shows. But yeah, beautiful. I'm absolutely happy. It's brand new, but it still has to be washed because you never know what it came in with or what bucket it was sitting with. And, that bucket is not all clean clothes, right? So it has to be washed. I'll wash it in warm water just so it'll whatever needs to shrink and shrink. And I'm optimistic. I'm going to try this on, and hopefully that fits uh, much nicer than the other one. I also got a pair of work pants. I needed a pair of work pants. They're just a pair of tights. So that was what I got for clothes, you guys. So got the clothes out of the way. I'm just going to throw that there so I know to put it in my laundry pile. But I really do love the hat. The hat is quite amazing. The hat's quite amazing. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I was pleased with that one. When I saw that, I went, "Oh my goodness, that's the perfect hat for my trip, right?" Um, be nice to chat with someone, but I'll be to focus on getting there. Once I get to Nashville bus station, I'll be good. Oh, aw. Well, have a safe trip, William. Get to the station nice and safe. I'm sure you will. I look fabulous in those shades. Oh, amazing, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, they're bright and they're something different, and yeah, I will wear them. I will wear them for sure. I love plastic containers. I'm not a spender, but today I bought some good sized containers so I can keep books in them more safely than in cardboard. And the thing is, do you buy the clear ones, Andrew? I always buy the clear ones whenever I possibly can because then I can see what's in the bucket to some extent, right? Okay, next. I manifested this one, you guys. Well, sort of, kind of. I'm getting ready for my trip in September, and I made a list of things that I need for supplies. And every payday and every opportunity I get, it's my responsibility to pick these things up, so that when I come to my last two checks before I leave, as much of that money I possibly can be put away for my trip rather than me buying supplies. So the things like my propane tanks, right? For my Coleman stove, I need three or four of the probably 4 or 5 of those. Oh, I need a 6 pack. Maybe it might be worth me taking a look at buying the big one because I know my barbecue will hook up to the big one. But if that big one explodes, right? No, I like the little fat boys. I'm just going to buy 5 or 6 of those fat boys. They're called fat boys, the little propane tanks. So those are $15 a piece. They sure jumped in price. You used to be able to get them for under $10. Now they're really really expensive. They're 14.99, $15 plus taxes on top of that. So I have to get those. Yesterday, I bought one of those Heinz packs, the picnic packs, where you get the mustard, the relish, and then you get a bottle of ketchup too. So I got that, right? And I have to buy it, right? I have to buy it. So I bought that. Make sure the expiry date is good, and it wasn't expiring until uh, summer of 2025. So it was perfectly good to buy it now and put it away. And that was $7, right? So that $7 won't have to be spent on that. So this is what I'm doing every time I'm going grocery shopping. I take a look at the things that I need, right? I'm going to need an extra bag of cat litter because my sister will be taking care of my cat. She doesn't like stinky boxes. That cat box is going to have a lot of cat litter in it for sure, right? But my cat is so sweet. My sister will probably not want to give her back, And that's the truth. I really do have a very sweet cat, and she's used to my sister Alice. So I can imagine by the time I come back, they're going to be really quite good friends. The only thing she won't like is that the cat likes to make the floor a little bit of a sandbox, right? So anyway, I had this list in my mind, and then I thought, oh my goodness, I got knee pads this year for my bottle digging and for digging my crystals. I got some really good ones because last time I had to use elastic bands because one of them was broken and it was just a big hassle, right? So this year I got some really good ones I came across at work. I got I do need a shovel, a small shovel, something with a good point on it, maybe something slim and long that I can get and make my holes and get around the bottles and stuff. So I do need a new shovel. So I'm keeping an eye open for that. I'm manifesting next week. I would like that shovel, please. So let's hope, right? Let's challenge ourselves to see if by next show and tell that I've manifested my shovel for my crystal trip. I bet you I can do it. I will mention it and think about it tonight, and I can guarantee you that it will get to me pretty fast. So anyway, I manifested. I says, "Oh, this weekend I find a really good chisel so that I can hit it with the hammer, and I need that mallet too, that I can hit my chisel in between and chisel out the big crystals that are trapped in the rock when I break the stones out." So I went to work. That very day, a chisel set came in. Right? Look at that, you guys. All different sizes of chisels came in, and it was $4, you guys. They need to be cleaned because they're obviously pretty old, right? You can tell by their little box, their little storage box that, right? The box itself is tongue and groove. Oh, tongue and groove, you can see it. Boop, 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 right there. You can see the tongue and groove there. Right there. You get a better see on that, right? Nice little old box that they came in. So I got my chisel. So now I need my mallet. But we're going to work on the shovel for the next show and tell that we have. Okay, you guys, we're working on the shovel. Let's see if I can manifest that shovel. It can be manifested in any way, right? It can come to me however it wants to come to me. But that shovel is going to end up in my hands in the next 2 weeks. There you go. Okay, you guys. Cindy's a little bit of a survivalist, right? I'm always preparing. You guys, my survival bag. I need a new bag because nothing fits in my survival bag. I've separated it into two bags, and I've got them strapped together. I wanted to keep the medical away from anything else because if I come across a car accident or I get into an accident myself, I don't need all my other survival stuff at the same time. I want to be able to just take that survival medical one right off the main one. So it works for me that way, but I wish it was just a separated bag that, right, I could just grab the whole bag and be done with it. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but this cost me 50 cents with a little staff discount. It was like a quarter or something. These are wicks, you guys, right? These are wicks that I can make my own candles. If I got stuck out in the woods, that I could mix, dirt and dried weeds and tree sap, and I could make my own candles to survive. That I wouldn't have to go without heat, and I wouldn't have to go without light, right? Because I could make my own candles. This is the way I think anyway. I said for 30 cents, and it might save my life. Oh, I gotta have that. This is the way I think sometimes. I love plastic containers. I'm not a spender, but today I bought some good sized containers so I can keep books in them All right, and I was saying, right, about the clear containers. Same here. I only buy clear plastic and I turn the books so I can read the names on the spines without uh the books. I'm just sorry, I've got there we go. Uh just so that I could see what's going on inside and I know what containers my shoes and which one's my spring clothes or my winter clothes and right. It makes it easy. It does make it easy. I got hooked on the Rubbermaid containers because well, I live in a studio apartment and I don't want to be the hoarder type, but at the same time, in order not to be that way because it's such a small apartment, that my seasonals they have to be put away, right? And a lot of things that I can't use right now, but I'm not going to be here, right? I feel that change coming on. I feel that change wanted to set in my life very, very deeply. And I don't know how that's going to manifest either, but right. Where's that sign? Like I said, oh my goodness, right? Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance, right? In the rain. With me, it's right. You just ride those waves. You adapt, you conquer, right? Yeah. So that was pretty interesting. I'm glad I got this. It made me smile. So there's some positive on this fridge magnet that might sway me to want to keep it. We'll see how it goes in my life moving forward in the next couple of days. It won't take a couple of days. I redonated my last thermos, but I bought a new one for my trip. This was $3.50. It's brand new, you guys. It's a brand new thermos, but it's a good thermos. It's steel insulated, and it's got two cups, or you can call it a cup and a bowl if you wanted to, right? So this is the thermos for, and it says that it stays hot for 8 hours. It says right on the sticker on it, right? It's still got its label on it and everything. So yeah, that was pretty good with my staff discount. I think it was $3.50. Yeah, $3.50. It's 90. 3 times 5 is 90. $1.05 off of this. So it cost me $2.45, you guys, for a brand new thermos. So that was a no brainer. It wasn't on the list for my trip, but it's so right, especially when I'm in northern Ontario. There aren't going to be too many Tim Hortons. Guaranteed. There aren't even going to be too many towns, right? It's all wilderness and mining roads up there. But I bet you they're going to be beautiful, beautiful views. And I'll be able to stop and right in the road cuts and look for crystals. It's all about rock hounding, right? It's all about the rock hounding. Okay, and I got the thermos. Okay, next. I'm all about the lighting in my house. I don't know if you can see, but I've got three lights on the go right now. I never turn them off. They're like night lights almost, but some of them are in Himalaya salts and some of them are in color changing light fixtures. This one here is just a little lamp, and you can put oils in this if you want to, and just let the light bulb warm the oils up, and it'll make your house smell nice. I wouldn't use it that way. I would just use it as a lamp itself. But it has moons and suns and stars on it. I don't know if it will work in my place, the chrome, but maybe I can paint it, or maybe it'll look great when it's on late at night and I'm looking at the ceiling and the walls and it's turning around. Does it turn around? Yeah, maybe it turns around. Oh, I'm a base. And make these lights go on my walls. I think that would be amazing. So 3 times 4, $1.20. Oh, you guys, this is a bit of a steal. This lamp fixture, it's got a light bulb in there. This light fixture was $2.80. There's no tax on thrifted items, right? $2.80. That's ridiculous, right? I could have put a little bit more. I might have put $6.57 on things a little bit higher, but yeah, my boss likes things in and out really fast, and there are no guarantees. The higher the price, the longer things sit on the shelves, right? So we want to clear those shelves so we can get fresh stuff on the shelves. We haven't gotten a piece of wood lately, you guys. I got a duck. There we go. I got a duck. Maybe it's not supposed to be a duck. Maybe it's supposed to be a goose, but there wasn't enough room to make his body. So let's just call this a duck, right? Somebody's craft, right? Somebody's crafting. Oh no, it was a duck. Yeah, he's got a duck beak. But yeah, I thought that was a nice piece, on driftwood that somebody had spent a little time and carved something out. And for 3, 30, 40, 50, this cost me $1. No tax. it cost me $1, right? So I got a carved duck. So far, I think for my favorite items, it was probably my old tools here. I think they are actually for wood, but I think they'll work very well in the rock because the handles are plastic. They're really heavy, bake-like plastic, right? So you'll be able to bang on them with a mallet and be able to do a little bit of damage into those cracks into the wood, right? So that maybe we can find something amazing on the trip. Okay, you guys, I got some smalls. You guys know I like my smalls. Let's look at the comments here. Okay, perfect. We're at the end of the comments. I got another frog, you guys, for my smalls cabinet. It's a pretty cool little frog. I don't think I have one of these in my smalls cabinet, you guys. I got a beaver for my smalls cabinet. Isn't he adorable? He's some kind of ceramic piece. He's made of ceramic. He's really cute. I think I have a little teeny wooden one of these, but he's so adorable. I had to have him. I got me a hippo. Today. He is a glazed ceramic, and looks like he's made in Germany. Yeah. So I got me a little ceramic hippo. We're not done with the smalls. Oh, though that bag was 50 cents for the smalls. This one was 75 cents. And I got 3 smalls in here. I got another pig, unfinished, so maybe I'll finish him. Maybe he can go for now. He can take his bath, sit in the sun, and then be put in the case. And maybe one day I'll paint him. One day I might not. I got me another turtle. Again, he's unfinished. So I also got me a turtle, right? Somebody took some time to make these, right? And then I also got this one, which I thought was kind of cute. A little cat. Got me a little cat. I thought he was pretty cute. So yeah, these are the new smalls for my cabinet. Take a sip of my coffee. I feel so much better that now that I'm home. Feel so much better. Right? Sometimes when I'm out, even when I'm at my job, that I like to control things, but there are a lot of things that you can't control, right? And sometimes you just gotta, like that saying is, dance in the rain, right? Ride those waves in the moment. And you know, I don't know what kind of job I did, but from the feedback, I think we did pretty good, and that might be the only feedback that we get from that. And that's the thing, is in that discouragement of not being appreciated, and you know giving anyway. That empathic thing where we want to help, we want to, right? We want to lift people up, and we want to do our very best, and we do it, and it's just taken, like it's just taken, right? And that can be discouraged because, like I did say, I do run on appreciation, and it's not like everybody should always have to say thank you, and do that groveling thing. But that person should know, right, that they're appreciated. My last boss never had to say anything to me because just in her personality and in her pitching in and in her just her amazing kind of, I don't know. She was a great leader. I would have followed her down if she was still there. She got my admiration 100%, but she earned it too, right? And I let her know of my appreciation of her. She knows how much I appreciate her 100%. Okay, you guys, jewelry time. I got a new stretchy bracelet. I don't wear a lot of yellow because I don't normally look very good in yellow. I'm too pale for it, but things change, right? And it is summer. Hopefully we're outside enough that I might get a little bit of sun and I'll be able to wear some yellow. We'll see. I love the bracelet otherwise. This one here was very well done, you guys. It was so well done. Those beads are absolutely beautiful, and the way they pieced it together and the way that it fits, it's just a lovely bracelet, just a lovely bracelet. And yeah, so these bracelets are cheap, like 70 cents each for me, but that would have probably taken somebody maybe 6 hours to make, sitting watching TV or whatever else that they were paying attention to or entertaining themselves in doing their work, and what might have been something that put the roof over their heads, and now it belongs to me and I paid 70 cents for it. Obviously, hopefully she got her value in the first time that she sold it, or he sold it, right? I'm not going to be stereotyping. Earrings, I do earrings and stretchy bracelets. I don't do much of anything else. This is the first pair, the greens again, right? I'm really enjoying the khakis and the greens. And so I guess, my earrings and my bracelets do have to reflect in that, because I do like the earrings and the stretchy bracelets. What am I wearing today? No earrings at all. I was in a bit of a rush this morning. But again, I was in such a rush this morning. I woke up. I slept so good. I slept an extra hour, which was it's I'm not going to say it's unusual, because I've slept in a few times in the past couple of weeks, because getting up in the middle of the night, or one night I didn't feel good and I had to walk out Charlie horses, so I ended up sleeping past my alarm going off. So I did take that extra hour today, but my house was a disaster. I was on air conditioner mode, and I was doing something else. I can't remember what, but even my live show on Instagram, it happened so late at night. And and I guess again I had to work yesterday too, right? But yeah, so I got up and I went into high speed. I was washing floors, sweeping floors, changing the cat litter, changing my little. I have a little workstation here with, right, one for containers with wires and pens and my hard drives and stuff. So, and my magnifiers. So I had my little tray, and it was dusty and cat hair. So I tore it apart and I washed it all up, and I drained my air conditioner, and I turned on the dehumidifier so it could pull all the moisture out of my apartment. It did such a great job. I didn't realize it had that feature, and it allowed me still to keep my apartment cool. So I was good. I was good with that. I'll use that feature more often. It made me feel a little bit better about buying an old air conditioner. I'm saying it's old because it's still in Fahrenheit. It's not in Celsius. So I know it's an old air conditioner. That doesn't necessarily look like an old air conditioner, but because it doesn't have Celsius, right? Unless it belonged to somebody who lived in the States and then brought it with them. But why would you bring an old air conditioner with you, right? Sometimes that room in the truck is better off for something else. But it is what it is. And after all, it give me a week, and I'm sure I'm going to say I'm super pleased with my air conditioner. But in this moment, it's running pretty good. So oh my goodness, when I said I like green, here's another pair of green earrings that I got. I just took 53 pairs of earrings back to work, and I've just brought home about 10 pairs since I made that donation. So I'm going to have to make another donation of earrings. So I'm going to have to go through my earrings and make another donation. These were beautiful. I don't usually wear the fancy earrings, but I suspect there'll be an occasion or an outfit that will call for something a little bit lovely. Now, they're not sparkly. That's why I considered them, right? But there's still stones in there. There's still stones in there. They're just not sparkly stones. So, but I thought they were a nice piece. And oh my goodness, okay, these they're not even going to make it to my earring board because I don't wear these kind of earrings. What was I thinking? I only wear the earrings. This is the last pair that I got with the hooks up at the top, right? I have to hook my earrings in. I don't use earrings with the pins. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not going to keep it just saying, oh, one day I might have a fancy outfit and wish that I had that. I can wish that I have it, but I'm not going to have it, right? I'm not a hoarder. So, yeah, it's not even going to make it to my shelf. It will stay on my desk. And when I clean my desk in the morning or tonight, right, it will go into my donation bag. I always have a donation bag on the go. This one also has the green in it, surprisingly. These are little tile earrings. They're little ceramic tiles, you guys. Are they just not adorable? What a great little business that would be. Tile earrings, and they're really quite pretty, right? Little tiles. How interesting and cool is that? Yeah, right? And they're not that heavy, so they found a good formula for them, and they glazed them really pretty. Yeah, I like them. Is that all my jewelry? Okay, so that was all my jewelry. Not too much. One pair's going back, so I've got one, two, three pairs that I'm keeping, and two bracelets for a total of, well, probably about $4.50 for all of it, right? this I got for my trip also. I don't know. They must float in the water. Yeah, they must float because they're two layers. They're two layers. I'm not going to take them out of the bag because they're going they're going on my trip. But they're when I'm in the lake going for a swim and stuff, I can throw these and I can learn to skip. You know, when you throw them across the water and they go boom, boom, boom across the waves. Yeah. So I've got four of those. They're called skippies. Right? So I got four of those, and those will go for a little bit of entertainment when I'm going swimming, right? Okay. William says, my next trip will be to Florida to visit my friend. Be in 2027, 2 or 3 years from now. If if we're not all gone. No, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere, you guys. I always wanted to go to Florida. I haven't been since the 80s and I was young. I don't think I've been to Florida. I don't think I've been to the East Coast of the United States. I've been to the East Coast of Canada, but not the East Coast of the United States. My dad was a great nomad. We did lots of road trips. I think as far east as we went was maybe Cincinnati because I remember the big bridge. And what province is the mountain with the statues, the president statues that are carved into the mountain? That state. That's about as far east. But we've done all the other states, all the West Coast, all the way down to the Mexican border, right? For sure, we've done that many, many, many times. I don't know why we never did the East Coast, but we always did, probably because there was no casinos. My dad had an opportunity. He wanted to go Southwest, right? Because then he could hit Vegas and Reno. Yeah, he liked his gambling. Yeah. But let me know what that province is. Okay, only a few more things here, you guys, and we're done. Two real tiles. This one is Imagine. It's a tile. And you guys know I've been collecting tiles because I want to do a kitchen wall with all different tiles, right? Or I want to do like a patio or an artist studio and just tile the whole wall with random different tiles. And I have some beautiful, beautiful tiles now. And I got this tile. It says Dream, right? These were only 30 cents each with my staff discount, you guys. 35 cents to be exact. Okay, two more items. I bought this because, well, orange and blue. Number one, I like the combination of orange and blue. And secondly, um, it had a dragon on it, you guys, or what I perceived to be a dragon. Maybe it wasn't a dragon. Let me take a look here. Yeah, these are dragons, right? I'm pretty certain they better be. That's why I bought them. Let me get it down to. Let me turn it around here. There you go. That's a dragon. Could be a bird. I don't know. I saw a dragon when I first saw that. I said, "Oh, that's a dragon." So what this is, it's just a shoulder bag, you guys. You know, I thought this would be good for my trip, right? It's nice and light, and it's a pretty little bag. It's a shoulder bag. I know I've been buying a lot of bags, but I've been redonating the bags, so I need an opportunity to give back. It's not a great excuse, but this one's got great pockets and I think I'm going to enjoy using this one. And I won't know. I've already given away a lot of bags to my sister so that she can get rid of them at her garage sale. I didn't want them. I keep buying these bags and I don't really want or need them, right? Um, the second last thing I've got here is another tarot cards. You guys know that when the tarot cards come up at my work, that if I'm at work, I buy them, right? They're in there, see, in the book. I'll buy them and I get a stack together, right? And then I move them along the way. And so that just goes in the stack. I don't use any of these myself, but I got a little stack going on there. So I grabbed these because I know how expensive they are if you have to buy them. The last thing I bought, you guys, this is the last thing. It's a coffee cup, and I found this one this morning or yesterday. I found this one yesterday. Uh, no, Friday. I must have found it on Friday. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here right now. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Almost like, almost like this one, right? Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance. And then my coffee mug. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn. But you can learn to surf. But you can learn to surf, right? And I talk about it all the time about riding the waves, right? Riding the waves. And that everything, you guys? You guys, that is absolutely everything in our show and tell tonight. I'm not sure what I loved the most. I think I got a few really good thing. Andrew seemed to like my glasses. Let's try them on again to see if he still likes them. I thought they were cool, right? They went over my eyeglasses and for driving, or a nice outfit with one of my green outfits. That would be great. For me, it was the toss-up between my antique chisel set with all my chisels, right? And that's for rock hounding. And depending on what size crevice I need to get into, I'm going to tighten these all up. I'm going to take some SOS pads to them, just so you guys can see how rusted up they are. They're pretty old, and they're pretty worn, right? They are pretty worn, but they are very, very, very old. And there's a whole bunch of them here. But you can see how rusty and old they are. So I will sharpen them, and I will take a steel wool to them and shine them up. So I loved my chisels, and that will go in my bag for my rock hounding. And then, oh, I love this. I really thought this was pretty amazing when I found this, right? I thought it was neat. I knew it was meant to imitate the porcelains, right? But no, it's not. I can't remember. I think it was called sultana bowls, is what they're called, right? And there's a little marking there, but I don't recognize the mark in any way. Wow, you guys, we finished that on time today. It wasn't a big one. Should we, before you guys go, should we plug this in and see what it looks like? I think we should, right? Because this lamp just might be pretty. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today, you guys. Oh my goodness. We were superstars, but I don't know. I don't necessarily live for that privilege, right? I don't necessarily live. Oh, I'm feeling it today. Okay, sorry, Buddha. What are we going to unplug here? We'll unplug this. I don't know what I'm unplugging. It's unplugged, and we'll plug this one in instead. Before you guys take off, take a look at my lamp. It might be a kind of climax to it. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at it. Mm, mm. It just might have to be redonated back. It was the thought. It doesn't suit my fancy. Right? It doesn't make stars on my walls. I'm not impressed. It can go back. I'm not a hoarder of things. I don't need any extra lighting. So I'll just redonate that one for sure. That can go. Okay, you guys, that looks like my live tonight. That was my show and tell. I've never, right? I went through all my things last night. Was it last night? Oh, on Thursday night. I went through all my things Thursday night to make sure that I needed or wanted everything in my bucket. And a couple of things that I could have passed on, I should have passed on. And then I should have paid attention because that ottoman footstool that I left somewheres on my way home tonight, that was pretty nice. And I have no idea where I left it. But I don't cry over spilt milk. There's no point. I just hope whoever finds it, because I wrapped it up nicely, that it gets home safely and they love it as much as I loved it. Okay, you guys. That's it for tonight. We'll see each other next week. If you want to come hang out with me tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with my sister, helping her with her yard sale that she's having next week. So we've got to get that all sorted out, and then I got to go visit another sister tomorrow. But then I'll get actually a day off, and then I'll be able to get some things done for myself. And I'll be here tomorrow night, you guys. If you want to come and hang out with me, what's my good cheer, right? Never popped into one of those lives. They're cool too. At least I think so, anyway. Okay, you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Loves you all. Thank you for coming.